going on, you guys? What it is, gang? All right, so I'm just coming back from a coffee shop where I had a nice little gathering or meeting, whatever you want to call it, with a really decent young man. He's also my property manager, and he was telling me about FCA. Wanting to know if the company would be interested in making a donation to the group. It's a nonprofit organization, and so I pledged to make an offer or a donation. I like what I'm hearing about what they're doing in the community, also with young people. So looking forward to that partnership. But we just had a really good discussion, not just about the organization that he is volunteering with, but just life in general. That was a good conversation between two men. You know what I mean? We just sat back and solve the world's problems, I guess. Also talking about another decent or great conversation. Myself and Mr. J attempted to record a conversation last night, and I guess the Lord doesn't want that conversation to get out right now, so we'll see what happens. But we had a really good practice run. We just talked about a lot of things that impacted us as young men, and how it shaped us, and come to find out, it shaped us in different ways. You know what I mean? Some ways are similar, but other ways are different. So, that was a really interesting conversation. I wish we could have got that recorded. But that's okay. I mean, it's just like I told him. He asked me, because it was a controversial topic, of course, but he asked me, he was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because it's going to piss some people off." And I told him, I said, I've always tried my best to be as honest as I possibly can be, and not be a fake person. So I'm not going to start now. I'm not going to start being fake. What my experience is what my experience is. How it shaped me is how it shaped me, and I wanted to share that with people who ask, in my opinion, some stupid questions sometimes on why I feel the way I feel on certain things. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think sometimes it's just, let me put it to you like this. I feel that way, but then when I think about it, some people just truly don't know or don't have a clue, because they've never walked a mile in my shoes. And then there's some people who know exactly where I'm coming from. They just choose not to care, if that makes sense. And when you got people who choose not to care, I really don't like dealing with those folks. And I told a story, which I'm not going to ruin it because I'm hoping that we can get back to it. But I told a story during our conversation about one of those times where I talked to a guy about a certain situation, and then once he realized that he could not convince me to see his point of view, he just went left and started talking stupid. So, and at that time I knew then, he wasn't there to learn or try to sympathize or empathize or even try to understand my point of view. He was there to win an argument. And I'm not going to argue with you. And if you feel like you've won that argument, well, good for you. I'm not there to convince nobody of nothing. What I'm going to do is, if you ask me my opinion, I will tell you. I'm not going to try to convince you, because I really don't care what you got, what you think. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion. Now, if you want to interject and you want to have a conversation, an intelligent conversation about it, we can talk about it all day long, and I will grow to respect your opinion if you present it in a respectful way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hit that like button if that makes sense. You know, if you come to me in a respectful way and you tell me how you feel, we can have a conversation and I can grow to respect your opinion. That doesn't mean I have to agree. But I can see where, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you may feel that way, you know. But when you're just coming at me stupid, I don't have time for that. That's a waste of my time. And my time is more valuable than to waste it on ignorant people. So that's the way I feel about that. But yeah, I wish we could have got that recorded, but we didn't. And it's cool. It's cool. Like I said, it was a great practice run. We really thought it was recording. I think it was going to be a great podcast episode. But at the same time, I do believe it's going to be controversial. Because that's just the way it is. Some people are just looking to complain. And they'll take whatever they can they'll take sound bites out of whatever you say and try to twist it to their screwed up narrative. Because at the end of the day, there's certain people who don't want other people to have a voice. And they'll try their best to change the narrative. So, but yeah, that was that. Well, I appreciate you guys stepping in here and checking me out, and the likes and the subscriptions and the support. You know what I mean? I'm going to do my best to start filming some of these conversations that I have with partners. You know, just to show you guys the ins and outs of the day. You know what I mean? Like right now, I have to get back. Thank you for the like. I have to get back home, and then I got to start my day for Wayland Enterprises. I've got to call a couple of insurance companies, see if I can get some insurance on the property we're trying to buy, and then with that we got under contract, and I gotta get locked down a time for closing, and then I'm gonna go and check on my mother. So we'll get that out the way, and then no dad has to hit the grind tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Just thank God that I have a job. Got to look at it that way. Have to look at it that way. All right, you guys. Was talking the other day to, yesterday, as a matter of fact, the guy that podcast with, and we were talking, and some of the things that I say at the end of my broadcast, you know, how if everybody's a servant, everyone gets served, but the key to that being successful is you can't worry about getting served, about you being served. You know what I'm saying? You got to serve regardless. And I think once people start getting humble and looking to serve others, you'll be setting the bar. You'll be the example, and more people will follow along. Because I mean, that's just human nature. I mean, they're gonna follow the trend. So we need to set that trend. We need that. That's the only way our world is going to heal, is if we start serving one another and loving one another, man. And regardless of appearance, at the end of the day, people who are going to have some really messed up attitudes and personalities, in your opinion, they might not see it that way. But if you truly want people to treat you the way you want to be treated, you have to treat them that way. You know what I mean? And just kind of forgive them and look past your opinion of flaws. And if you can't really deal with them, you deal with them with kindness and you move on. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Hello. I got to get ready to get off of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everything that you've done. What is? Oh, that's a squirrel. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm headed to the house. I'm headed home. So let's see here. Let me get some fresh air in here, you all. How are you? I'm just going over my day. I mean, I started off with an early day. I met with somebody at the coffee shop, and they're doing some volunteer work for a faith-based group, and they was wondering if I could donate to it. I told them I pledged some money for the donation. Because I believe in what they're trying to do. I like what their approach. They're not trying to shove it down people's throats, but they're just giving the people opportunity to choose. And that's what I feel the Lord wants. You know what I mean? I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly, that the Lord wants us to choose and not to be forced. And I'm all right with that. Thank you guys. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I got some great subscribers. I got some great watchers, listeners. I can't tell you all enough how much this experience, me just being on here for the last, almost 2 years now, coming to you guys live. It's been great. It's been great. You've allowed this old man to, express myself and come into your life. And I understand that it does not. How can I put this? I do not fail to see how important your time is. And when you spend your time with me, that's even better, man. I appreciate that. That shows a lot. So I'm gonna get ready to get off here, you guys. I got to step in and talk to the family and ready for my day. All right. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. If you get a chance, check out Half Jokes, Full Truths. Check out Super Black Dude channel. He goes over, he does reviews over Marvel and DC movies and shows. I come on there sometimes with him and talk about those things. Like like I said, half jokes, full truths. We basically we get on there and we talk about life, and if there's certain things that will make you smile, we'll laugh, we'll joke about it. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of seriousness going on in the world, and that's what we're talking about. Um, Hopefully, we can solve the world's problems one day. You know what I mean? Well, I know what would solve the world's problems. Uh, Jesus. All right. So that's just my opinion, and I agree, and I wholeheartedly agree with my opinion. Thank you for the like. Um, but yeah, you guys, I can't thank you. Like I said, I can't thank you enough. Um, I'll be back on later on. Another show, Wayland Enterprises is live, and I will be talking about some of the things that we're doing in the business. And I will be sharing with you guys um, some strategies that we have adopted that seem to be successful. Okay, so hopefully you all will tune into that, and any future entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, check me out, because I'm still a baby in this myself, and we're looking to try to scale. Um, we're not where we want to be, but we are progressing, and it is a blessing. See what I did there? My kids would be like, "Oh, he's cringy." But anyway, yeah. So at the end of the day, man, we are progressing. The proof is in the pudding. Um, and like I said, we could be trending the other way, which is not good. We are trending up, so thank God for that. And I'm telling you, I don't believe in coincidences. There is, a friend of mine told me, because I was like thanking God, and he was like, "Oh, don't thank God. This is you. This is you." No, it's not me. It's not me. You know, there are deals, guys. There are things that has fallen into my lap, just fallen into my lap, and I don't believe in coincidences. There has things that there are situations that I feel God has created on my behalf, and it's up to me to act on those because I have free will. But God has created that situation for my good, and it's up to me to recognize it. So I give him all the glory. I give him all the glory on this. And any failures that happen, it's all on me. It's all on me, because God is not into failure. Okay. So I said that. I am going to button up here, and I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. Love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for tuning in and making this old man happy. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm coming on a little bit later today than I usually do, but I still got a good turnout, and I appreciate that. Like I said, look out for Wayland Enterprises live soon. I'll be doing a video or live on some of the strategies that we're into. Okay, I really think you all need to tune into this. I really think this is going to be good. It's not going to be this week. It'll be sometimes in the next couple of weeks, because I got to get all the paperwork done and make sure that I know what I'm talking about when I talk about it. You know what I mean? So I got to do my research, and I've done some of my research, but I got to put it into action. And once everything's done, once ink has dried, then I'll come on here and talk to you guys about it and see what you all think. All right, I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a blessed day. Hit the like button, subscribe, and notification bell so you'll know when I come back on live. Most of my videos are live. I put on a few shorts here and there, but most of the time I'm on here, it's live. All right. I hardly ever post any videos anymore outside of that, which I will be pretty soon. I got a couple of shows or videos I got to edit, but yeah, just come out and check me out live. Okay. All right. Y'all be good. Love you guys.